Hey guys, welcome back inside of the Plastic Planet. I am your host, Nick Nack, hanging out with you guys tonight from the floor of the Plastic Planet. That's right, I'm laying down here on the floor, and you're probably wondering to yourself, hey Nick Nack, what the hell are you doing down there? Well, I gotta tell you, you gotta be down on the floor in order to completely and fully appreciate what I'm gonna show off to you guys tonight. This is a subscriber request from my brainstorming subscriber feedback video I did about a week ago. So this is a subscriber request for you guys tonight, and I'm going to be thoroughly reviewing, of course, the ultimate vehicle in my Star Wars collection. The ultimate 3 3/4 inch vehicle, in my opinion, even still to date. That is, of course, 2010's Legacy All-Terrain Armored Transport from Hasbro. This vehicle is the ultimate beast, as it would be, in my collection. And, you know, if you have one too, probably in yours as well. And we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of this badass piece of awesomeness right now.
Nick Nack's Plastic Planet presents... It's a Nick Nack micro moment!
Alrighty, and here it is, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the 2010 Legacy All-Terrain Armored Transport from Hasbro. This vehicle right here represents to me the pinnacle of awesomeness that was once Hasbro/Kenner Star Wars vehicles, playsets, action figures. It came from a time just about 10 years ago, between the years, I would say, between 2008 and 2000, maybe 12, when Hasbro really found their legs and was producing just epically awesome, off-the-chart shit, particularly in the 3 3/4 inch line. And this vehicle, as well as the Legacy Millennium Falcon, are two of the brainchilds of that era. The sculpt is absolutely fantastic. Sure, it could use a little more weathering on it, and I've seen some customizers do an amazing job of weathering this bad boy up. I've never personally done it. Maybe I should. It'd probably look a lot better, but still, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely love this thing. This thing's got more bells and whistles on it, folks, than a Mercedes-Benz, and I'm talking about the real plush upgraded one. You know, I don't know how much that would cost, like $100,000 or something, but this thing only costed $150 at retail back in 2010. I got mine at Walmart on a big release day back then. It was absolutely fantastic. Was so glad to get my greedy little mitts on this bad boy, and I've never let it go since. Let me tell you, this thing is amazing. Sound effects are amazing. So much play features, so much coolness that I'm going to show you guys here right now. That yeah, if you had this vehicle back when you were just a kid, if you were a child of the 80s, your head would have freaking exploded because it was absolutely awesome. Just amazing. I absolutely dig this vehicle so much. I don't care what people say. I realize that there was a little bit of a crowdfunding vehicle that just came out recently, a little sail barge, and hey, that thing is awesome too. But this thing didn't cost $500 freaking dollars, nor did you have to special order it a year in advance. This thing just came directly to your Walmart stores. It hung out at a $150 price point and was later clearance at almost $70. Absolutely awesome. Alrighty guys, well, let's dissect this giant Imperial beast. But first of all, let's take a look at inside of the cockpit, and this cockpit is freaking awesome. Yeah, look at that. You've got two all-terrain armored transport drivers there. Yeah, that's right. They're hunting rebel soldiers there. They're shooting them down. They just blew away a snowspeeder, and they're heading for the power generators. They're gonna fuck some shit up. This thing is so amazing. You can probably hold about 5 or 6 action figures in the cockpit alone. Look, you got the command station back here. Oh yeah, got a nice display monitor. See those power generators there? Oh, that's looking so freaking sweet. Hopefully the camera focuses for us. Yeah, you got General Veers back there. He's just giving Lord Vader the okay to start his landing, because they're gonna take that rebel base and they're gonna just completely onslaught it. Yeah, I love this piece so much. The Empire is mighty, and it is mighty with this vehicle, let me tell you. My very, very favorite of all the Star Wars vehicles, that is the All-Terrain Armored Transport, aka AT-AT. Alright, well, right now you're asking yourself, hey, Knick-Knack, well, that was cool. That was a pretty cool cockpit, but they can't follow it up. The backside is gonna be completely bland. Well, you, sir, are completely freaking wrong! Because the back is awesome as well. You got not one, but two. You got dueling levels in this beast of complete and sheer awesomeness. Look at that, look at that. Let's get some light in there for you guys. Yeah, we got some old Power of the Force snowtroopers in there, but that's okay. You can see the command center back there. Another display panel. You've got some railings. You've got just, oh, this thing is so freaking cool. You've got some drop down cranes to deploy your troops. Absolutely awesome. And then if you look under there, that's right. There is a bottom escape hatch. That's right, you got a freaking escape hatch under here. Who doesn't love that as far as playability goes? Let's see if I can pop this thing open while holding the camera. This is sort of challenging. But yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. A blaster just fell right out of there. A little blaster. But yeah, look at that. You can see right up into the guts of this beast as it's slamming away at that snowy landscape. It's about ready to drop down some troopers, deploy the troops from underneath the belly of this thing's while it's under the cover of its legs. Oh, absolutely awesome. Yeah, there's no rebel fire that can reach these troops if they drop down from below that belly. The belly of the beast deploys the troops just like the Trojan horse from antiquity. Alright, so check it out with the push of a button right here. This little button right here, you can deploy your ground troops so they go on the attack in the landscape of the snowy plains of Hoth. Deploy. Deploy, damn it. Deploy. Ah, shit. Well, you get the idea. Alright, well now you're like, Nick, okay, well that was cool. That was alright, I guess. But, you know, what else could this thing possibly have? You've explored the cockpit. You've explored the rear cargo bay. What else could this thing have? Well, au contraire there, senor. Oh yeah, just like your old college girlfriend. This thing's got a lot of junk in its trunk. That's right, guys. Oh, you drop this thing out, and oh yeah, that's right. We've got a Hoth speeder bike in here, ready to be deployed. Just push that button right there. Oh yeah, that was awesome. I didn't think it was supposed to fly out like that, but that was so freaking cool. Oh yeah, let's take a little closer look at that speeder bike. This thing is fantastic. Look at the detail on this thing. Kind of has a little bit of a vintage feel to its mold, but it's kind of its own thing as well. Look at the handlebars, really cool. Yeah, this thing is awesome. It's kind of a one-of-a-kind piece in its own right, being that you've never seen a white speeder bike in Hasbro form ever before, and this thing is really freaking cool and adds just another element of awesome play features. And look at all that cargo space back in there. That thing is awesome. You can throw more snowtroopers back there. The possibilities, the play features and possibilities on this thing are absolutely, well, I'm just gonna say it, they're endless, guys. Absolutely endless. Well, finally, guys, let's get a little bit of a sampling. Let's turn down the tunes for a second there. Get a little bit of a sampling of the awesome sound effects that come installed in this thing. I just put new batteries in it tonight. Had a scare, too, because I opened it up. I don't think I've changed the batteries since 2010. And oh, God, there was actually battery acid in the battery compartment. Had to chip away at it a little bit with a screwdriver, and whew, fortunately, I got it fixed, guys. It's running. It's purring like a kitty cat right now. And let's listen to those sound effects. These are awesome. Yeah, there you got some cannon fire. There it is. That is the epic, iconic walking, tromping of an AT-AT walker. And then it just kind of keeps going a little bit. So much to love here. See, are there sound effects in the cockpit? I can't remember.
Rebel forces spotted.
There it is.
Preparing attack vectors.
Oh, let's try it again.
Distance to power generators. Range to target 17.28.
The only thing that's kind of unfortunate there is that was not an actual clip from the film there. That's a different voiceover there. So that's kind of sad.
Rebel base located.
That's it. The rebels are there, and Skywalker is there with them.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Although I don't think Darth Vader would be talking about Luke around his troopers, just saying. Nevertheless, really cool. Lot to love there. Yeah, there it just keeps going. So yeah, completely freaking epic. And then of course, yep. Then of course the cannons. If you can manually operate the cannons. There is a lever back here you can actually push. There you go. That is absolutely awesome. The only thing that I wish it kind of had was the automatic trigger, like in the vintage one, like maybe a trigger down here where it would manual operate, and these guns would pulsate in that way rather than it being manual. But still really, really freaking cool. Of course, I love that red visor there. That is just amazing. Such an upgrade over. Oh, you can even see that. You can even see the sound effects still working on the inside of this piece. There are so many bells and whistles, guys. I just can't tell you how amazing this piece is. And if you don't have it, well, I'm sorry. Your life just isn't complete, is it? It's not complete at all. Oh man, if you're a rebel ground trooper, just a regular run-of-the-mill runt hanging out in a trench, and you hear this noise. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you shitting your pants yet, buddy? Are you? Yeah, you got poop in your pants right now, because I sure would hearing that sound. Alrighty, finally, guys, it's time for Compare and Contrast. Put on your learning caps, boys and girls, because we're going back in time. Time for a little history lesson here of the history of Kenner Star Wars AT-AT Walker playset / vehicles. Here we have the original vintage one, my original one from my childhood. I believe this mold came out in 1981, 1982. I actually got mine in 1983. This was actually an indoor version of the AT-AT Walker that I got right here. But still absolutely awesome and a classic in its own right. And then followed that up right here by the somewhat of a remake or remold in the 1996 Power of the Force 2 line. I think this one came out in 1998. I got this one actually at a mass retail liquidation sale at Toys R Us. Paid only $20 frickin' for it. And I loved it so much that I bought like 5 more of them. And then, of course, it would take 12 years to perfect. And then, of course, we just have the Legacy All-Terrain Armored Transport from Kenner Hasbro that came out in 2010. And then, guys, as you can see, the line began to devolve after this. And here we have the Rogue One AT-MT or whatever the hell this thing is. Yeah, that thing looks like a Jack Russell Terrier compared to these dinosaurs. So yeah, I would say it's definitely devolved a little bit. Not a bad mold, and yes, I know this thing has a lot of bells and whistles and actually walks by itself, which is kind of cool in its own right. But nevertheless, it still can't hold a candle to this bad boy. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, all you got to do is look under the cockpit of this thing. Oh yeah, this thing is wimpy. This thing is, if this thing was in a trash bag commercial, it wouldn't even hold a frickin' bunch of dirty plates. That's right. Wimpy. Hefty. Wimpy. Hefty. Yeah, enough said, huh? Alrighty guys, well that's going to wrap up this edition of the Plastic Planet. Hope you've enjoyed this little tiny brief but yet I believe thorough showcase of the Legacy All-Terrain Armored Transport AT-AT Walker from Hasbro from 2010. This is a phenomenal piece and I highly recommend it if you don't own one. Although I think you might be kind of screwed. I think they're going for 300 plus at least over on Amazon, at least when I checked tonight. Yeah, it's kind of like, this is one of those pieces where you snoozed, you lose, and I'm afraid if you snoozed, you definitely lost. Because this is an amazing piece, and it is definitely, I would say, the all-star of my 3 3/4 inch Star Wars collection. So yeah, absolutely awesome. Alright guys, well like I said, that's going to wrap up this edition of the Plastic Planet. Please like, share, comment, please do subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Would love to have you here each and every week right here on the Plastic Planet, where we're keeping it real and buying junk and loving this awesome hobby of collecting plastic crap. Alright guys, till next time. Like I always like to say, life is oh so very, very, very short, guys. You're not going to live forever. And you can't take that money with you, guys. So get out there, guys, and fill that empty void you feel of unfulfillment and life dissatisfaction. Fill that giant, gaping chasm with some plastic crap. You'll be happy you did. All right, guys, till next time. Later. Love ya. Bye.